Welcome to another video tutorial by Quiet Waters Computer Services. In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to install some admin features, some quick overviews, but the first thing you want to do after you've installed Joomla is go up to Extensions, Manage, and Install. And you want to go here so that you can click a button that appears up here at the top. I've already clicked the button, but it's called Add the Install from Web tab. Go ahead and click that. You can trust it. What it's going to do is it's going to bring you this. What is this? This is the extension library for Joomla, and you can install extensions into Joomla right from here. The first one I recommend is the Akeeba backup. And if you look up here, I've already got Akeeba backup in. And I want to bring your attention to a couple things here in Akeeba backup. Now, when you first install it, it'll make you run a server test to make sure that everything's going to work right. And when it's done, you'll end up on this page. You'll only have one profile, the default backup profile, and I went in and made two. How do you do that? You hit Profile Manager, and then in the Profile Manager, I simply hit New, and I made one called Database and one called Files and Folders. Then you have to click on the Configure button, and when you click on the Configure button, it's going to want to run the server test again. So be aware of that. I've already done it, so we don't have to worry. But there's our description, and then down below here under Backup Type, I've chosen the main site database, and for the other one, I chose Full Site Backup, which is just all the files and folders. So when you're done, you just save and close that, and it'll take you right back here. And then before you start any projects, installing any modules, components, or plugins, do a database backup and a files and folders backup. And remember, it's going to do a server optimization first to make sure that the server meets the minimum and maximum requirements and performs a few tests. So when it's done with those the first time, anytime you come into Joomla to do a backup, you'll just click the button and the backup will just happen. The second admin feature that I recommend installing is the Admin Tools. Admin Tools cuts out a lot of guesswork when it comes to fixing file permissions, repairing and optimizing tables, even dumping temp files, cleaning temp files, or changing the database's collation. So I always, right out the gate, install those two programs first. The third one I install is the Arc Editor. Now, I install the Arc Editor because I want a better editor than what comes with Joomla as a default. And this is what the Arc Editor looks like, and it's very user-friendly, and it operates by tabs at the top where you can see Elements, Design, or Source. And it's pretty straightforward, and you can use it and not have any problems. I've seen some conflicts with other WYSIWYG editors. So the way that you change that is after you've gone to Extensions, Manage, Install, and you found the Arc Editor. And incidentally, you can just jump over to Joomla.org, and when that comes up, you can click on their extension section, and you can do all the searching for these extensions and download them manually, put them in folders, and I'll show you something here. Let me go to my extensions folder. I always make separate folders for everything, like admin features. Here's my admin tools, Akeeba backup, and the Arc Editor. Under blog, I've got some blog stuff, community, components. I've got some components in here. And that keeps it from looking overwhelming. In other words, you just have everything in one folder, and it can become a little overwhelming trying to discern plugin from component, from module, etc., etc. So I just recommend a better directory structure when you start building websites. So here we are on the Joomla website. So if there's something that you need like Arc Editor, just type it in. And you can also go down here and say compatible with Joomla 3. It's free, if you want to narrow down your search results. And once you get in here, you may have to dig a little bit, but it should appear on the front page somewhere. Let's try it all as one word. Oh no, let's try WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. Now we'll hit go. It'll definitely come up on that because that's the original name. There's the JCE editor, and there's the Arc Editor. And as you can see, it's a component and a plugin. And you simply click on that, follow the links, and it's a free free component and plugin. And you can even read the reviews if you want to see how other people feel about it. But most web designers feel that this is the best editor out there. And it used to be known as the JCK editor, which is an editor I used all the time. Don't confuse it with JCE. It's JCK. So we've gone through admin tools, the Akeeba backup, and the Arc editor. Well, you need to know how to get the Arc editor active. So you go over here to System, Global Configuration, and then when that screen comes up, about halfway down, you'll see Default Editor. And as you can see, I've already chose it as my default editor. The default is the tiny MCE editor. So we're going to leave that there. And we also need to discuss CAPTCHA because we don't want bots coming in, and Joomla doesn't come with any CAPTCHA. So I've already downloaded reCAPTCHA, and you can go to the Joomla library and download it, or you can try your hand at the extensions install directly from Joomla. So I'm going to go to Manage, Install, and instead of using the Add or Install from Web, I'm going to hit Upload Package. And I'm going to browse my computer, and I'm going to look for reCAPTCHA. There it is. And I'm going to go ahead and select it, hit Open, and upload and install it. It's a pretty small package. Now you need to make sure that you have a reCAPTCHA key. There's two different reCAPTCHA keys that you need. There is a site key and there is a secret key. Now this is a plugin, I believe, so we're going to go to Extensions, Plugin, and we're going to just type reCAPTCHA and hit Enter. That's easier than looking through everything that's in there. And there it is, the new reCAPTCHA. Now Joomla does come with one, but I don't use it. So now let's go to the new reCAPTCHA and go ahead and put in our site key, put in our secret key, enable it, save and close. Now all keys are different, so yours has to be exclusive to your domain that you set up through Google. If you just sign into your Gmail account and go to Google's search engine, just type in Webmaster Tools or type in reCAPTCHA, and you'll find all kinds of things. Okay, now we've initialized this, we've turned it on, so we go back to System, Global Configuration, and when that pops up down here under Default CAPTCHA, we see the new reCAPTCHA. And we're going to go ahead and just, let's change something else. Your list limit. The default list limit length is only 20, and I usually change it to 100, and feed limit, change that to 100. That way I never have to hit page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. I can just see them all. And then that's pretty much it unless you want to put your site in maintenance mode. You don't need to mess with any of these other options. They were already set up by Joomla, but if you do need to change something, you can do that in there. So I'm going to go ahead and save and close that, and now reCAPTCHA is active. So we have successfully installed admin tools, the Akeeba backup system, the Arc editor, and the reCAPTCHA system, which is for bots, to stop bots from spamming you. So that's the end of this tutorial. I hope it helped.